I got a feeling that you got me covered too. I got you covered. I got you covered.
Here we go. Can you hear me now? Lord have mercy. Technical difficulties. I don't know why I did that. I must have pressed something. Yay! I don't know what I pressed. I have no idea. I'm glad you can finally hear me because I have no idea why it was doing that number. So, how's everybody doing? You can hear me now? Hi, Shauna. All right. I am sore and tired. Let me tell you about my day. And I'm wearing a shirt this time that if it gets paint on it, I don't care, because last time I wore a shirt that I cared about and I thought, I'm never going to get paint on it. Wrong. This girl got paint on it. I was able to get it off, but I'm like, no. My husband's like, don't you know yourself enough? You're going to wind up getting paint on yourself. I'm like, yeah, I know myself enough, but I thought by chance I would be able to do it without getting paint on myself. No, I got it on my shirt. So I'm wearing a shirt that already has a paint stain on it. If I get paint on it, I don't care. So what I'm doing is, we started off these similar to what these are going to be. These are going to be, that's fine. Awesome. These are going to be for people, making them for people that need stitch markers with the size of the yarn on them, or not the yarn, the hook size. So if you're going and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to put a project away for a little bit or put it down, and I go back going, what hook size should I put it on? I've done it. Making these, we're going to paint pour them. All of them have to be painted white first, or you're going to see the wood through them. And then we'll paint pour them, and then I will print the sizes off on my Cricut with vinyl and put them on here and seal them. So they will be available in the merch store. But we're also doing paint pour earrings. Love paint pour. Because my mom and I are doing a show that we're going to do them with. And I want to also do them and have them available in our merch store. And we have necklaces that we're going to have that are going to be used from the paint pour skin. Y'all understand when I show you how to do it. So anyway, I'm using parchment paper on because last time I didn't. And what happened with a lot of them is that when I put them on the cardboard, thank you. When I put them on the cardboard, they ended up absorbing the when I put them, because I did both sides, and then what happened was when I picked them up, they winded up with cardboard kind of stuck to the back of them. Like, well, we can't have that, can we? So you can probably see them. I already see it. You see this right here? Here? No, here. It had the cardboard stuck to it. And so I'm like, well, if I do them on parchment paper and I lay them down, they don't have, the white doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to see the white when we paint pour on them. And I've got a light out here as it gets dark. Nice simple. So that when I put these down on parchment paper, they don't have to be perfect. I've got to kind of finish them up and do a little bit because we're paint pouring over them. They just need a little bit more even. And I've got these little trays so I can just throw them out when I'm done. But today was busy. We woke up, last night, let's go back to last night. I didn't go to sleep till 3:30 in the morning. I could not fall asleep for nothing. And then, which is part of fibromyalgia. And then I fell asleep, and at like 4:40, my husband, I wake up and he's on the side of the bed, and I'm like, I know what that means. And I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I'm crashing. So I had to get up, get him we keep those Uncrustables in the freezer, go get him a peanut butter sandwich because they're the best things, because they're protein plus they're carbohydrates and they have sugar in them and all that kind of stuff. So I had to go get him that. So this is 4:40, and at 5 o'clock I finally fell asleep. So the alarm went off at 7:30 so that we could go take little mocha butts to the vet. So she went in at 8 o'clock, and my mom's like, I was just going to take her. And I said, Mom, you know what? I have this feeling they're going to do things a little differently. Because last time they just brought her in the front, let her go. Well, this time, like they've done in the past, they had her go in the side door. And I said, God forbid anything happens to my mom. Mocha pulls a little bit too hard and it hurts her knees or something. I'll never forgive myself. So I said, no, we'll come. And sure enough, they took us in the back door, in the side door. They didn't did the injection in the back, but I thought, how much she's grown up, that little dog. Because they're like, she's harmless. We have even more nervous dogs than this, believe it or not. But she had to have her nails trimmed because Patty's skin is very thin. And we can handle it, but I don't think Patty's skin can. So we wanted to trim her nails. We try very hard to not have Mocha jump. But sometimes, if you know staffies, they tend to be too excited for their own dang on good. And so sometimes she forgets and she jumps, and we just don't want that. So we thought we got to get her nails trimmed before Patty comes. So we had to do the nail trim, which means that she has to go there and get sedated and all that. And then we had Josh almost didn't want to go, but I made him go because he's really had a little bit of trouble lately with things are starting to hit him with Patty and all of the the stuff and everything. And so I said, Josh, you need to go. So we went to our therapist and got a session with her. And then we went to my pain management doctor. Oh, before we went to our therapist, we went to Sam's Club and picked up 2 chickens and one for my mom to take when she goes and picks up Christina for her husband. And so we got 2 chickens, rotisserie chickens we'll have tomorrow night with mashed potatoes and Caesar salad. And of course, Patty's coming from Florida, so we have to have a key lime pie, right? And so we'll have that for dinner. Easy, simple, peasy, simple, easy stuff. And then we went to the therapist. Then we went to the pain management doctor, which my month or 3-month visit. And then we went to Kroger's. And by the time I got to Kroger's, I was in a scooter because I was so sore. This girl couldn't walk hardly. Got the last little stuff we needed at the Kroger's. Came home and I got stuff, made myself a sandwich, and I said, I gotta go. By this time it's like 3:30. Like, I have got to go lay down because I've had like 5 hours sleep if I was lucky. And I have got to go lay down because I'm exhausted. So I did. And just about the time I was going to go to sleep, by the time I ate and everything and I laid down, right, it was like 4:30. Just as I was to doze off to sleep, my mom was on the way to go get Mocha, and the vet's office called going, Mocha's ready to come home. I'm like, yeah, they're on their way. So Mrs. Mocha's a little sleepy tonight. She's just chilling. She's resting. Those mean people did all that stuff to her. So anyway, I finally fell asleep for about maybe an hour, if that, and I am super tired and I'm sore and I'm not doing anything. Hi, Alfonso. I'm just resting. And my doctor said to me, you know, I told him, I said, under the stress. And he said, you're back. Because they had the MRI. I said, well, I'll try to do the neck at some point. Because there was just so much. I had a panic attack even in the open MRI with the neck. So I said, well, do it when you can. And so he said to me, he said, just take some regular Tylenol in the mix. Hi, Astro. Hi, Pup Groomer. I'm painting the earrings. Just take some regular Tylenol in the mix of it so that you know, yep, about 100 hours to go. Oh, guys, there's a mocha over there. I wonder if I can show you all. Can I show you? Let's see if I can flip it around. I'm going to try not to make you dizzy, but you see her? There she is. There's my mom walking her. I don't know if you can see her, but there's Mocha. There she is. There she is. There's the pup doggy that had her nails groomed today. So, anyway. So, that's been my day. Yes, 100 hours ago. Hi, Moan. Hi, Miss G. Boy, we got the gang all here, don't we? Yep. So, Patty was calling tonight. She's excited. We're excited to see her. Can't believe it's tomorrow. So, just be praying she has a safe flight. No, we're not in the country, but it's our housing development. But I just thought y'all would want to see Mocha. But I'm putting these on parchment because um, I don't want to have it so that y'all that I have the same problem with the second coat. Let there be light, right? I knew I was going to need this. Let's see. Let's turn it down. I don't need it to be that light. Yeah, that's a little bit better, right? At least y'all can start seeing me. Hi, Rushing Mountain Boy. Guys, we are so close. I mean, like, so close. Literally like 100 hours away. And I'm going to try the night that Alfonso did his computer stuff. And if I don't put comments up, it's because I don't want to get stuff all over my Chromebook. We were having problems with our computer. And so I'm going to try to put it up again because I want to get the disco ball shirt up for y'all in the merch store. So you guys, if you want the disco ball shirt that Alfonso did, y'all can order them. And I think I figured out the mistake I made on the silver for the disco balls. So I've got those I can start. Hi, Sandy Wandy. And I've got like 22 rows to finish on that dang on temperature blanket. And I'm going to do this and I'm going to spend the night trying to get that done. Like I said, these don't have to be perfect. But because I did the thing with the the cardboard, I've got to finish them out. They just got to be smoothed down. Now we'll take these and we will paint pour them when Patty leaves. But then the paint, this is just fuzzy work, and I get to sit out here and chat with y'all. So, and it's keeping me busy. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I just keep putting next Thursday in like I told my therapist, I just keep it next Thursday in the trunk. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not dealing with it. I can't go there. And I thought, probably the people in the airport are going to think we're nuts. But I don't really care what they think. They have no idea what's going on. And I want to give a huge shout out to the people that have watched our stuff, that have helped us with our watch hours. You guys have just rocked it. There's one channel called Living Your Best Life at 60, and she's just been a rock star. Y'all, she has been a rock star. And I did give her a channel shout out this week. I think it's already been up. So if you guys can go support her, that would be great. She has just been total rock star, and she's really helped. She's like, watching the next one, and I'm like, oh, you've been awesome. So, I thought I'm going to do a show on kind of talking. Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Jen. I'm going to be doing a show when Patty leaves, It was kind of an inspiring story about a gentleman. I'm sure you all have seen this. It's probably an old story. It's probably not new. But about a gentleman that was paralyzed, and he ended up he wanted to be in the Iron Man competition, right? But he of course couldn't because he couldn't walk. He was paralyzed and so forth. He couldn't do any of that. So he didn't do it, but his brother did it for him. His brother, they manufactured a boat and did it. He put him in the bicycle part. He would put it on the bicycle part, and I'm trying to get you to see her. There she is. Here's the mocha. Like, I know that girl. And so anyway, he put him on the bicycle, the bicycle part. And then, so they put him on the bicycle. I'm not trying to make you all nauseous. I really am not. Anyway, they put him on the bicycle thing. And then he put him in like a running wheelchair, and did it. And they ran the Iron Man. And I thought, you know what? Here's a brother doing something for his brother that can't do this. He's doing what his brother can't do. And I want to do a show that's titled Big Channels Start Helping the Little Channels. But this really applies to everybody. You don't have to have a YouTube channel if you think about it. I'm thinking this lady that has this channel that has maybe 1,100 subscribers, she's helping me out. You all are helping me out. The big channels that may have, I don't know, 20,000. Look at what the lifeboat has done with the ripples. Hi Gail. All of that. And, look at what the lifeboat has done with the ripples, and, all the other channels, and they're just helping. And so if you've got a bigger channel, if you've got an audience, why start looking around for these smaller channels that you can just maybe have on yours, introduce them to your audience, expand your content a little bit more, right? Help them, have them on, because you may have some people in your audience that are dealing with fibromyalgia, and you want to interview somebody that has it. Find a channel that is struggling with it so that they can sit there and help. And I just hope that, I don't care how big we get, but I always want to do those shout outs. And that's why eventually it'll change to, and Jen, I did a shout out for you too. Pup Groomer, I did a shout out for you. It'll eventually change that as we grow, what we'll be looking for in the shout out, and I'll do one for you too this month, DJ. We'll be looking for channels that are 5,000 and below. We're not going to be focusing on channels that are, have 20,000 people. We'll just put those channels up. If there's a channel we like, we'll show it off. But, we want to help those. That's what the take a break things are. Now today I was on a channel, and I can't remember the name of it. And he had something homestead, and I forgot what it is now. And he had probably about 20 channels that he said these people needed watch hours. And I went to each channel, made sure I was subscribed, went and watched a short, left a comment, and so forth, and connected with probably about 10 new channels that I wasn't even familiar with. So I'm paying more attention to people's community tabs. I think that we forget how important those suckers are. But I just think it's an important topic to have when it comes to, the bigger channels come beside, and Tommy does a great job of it. He goes and he'll go on other people's channels that are smaller, and he's not looking at the number count. And I'm thinking, some of those other channels, I live in best life. If a mod's up, please put her channel link in, because she has been just an absolute rock star in helping me with my watch hours. If we have a mod, can they put up living the best life for me? Because she has just been a rock star. Literally. But, and if we can also put entertaining with DJ too. Yes, a pup groomer, I did a shout out for you, girl. I'm telling you. And it was funny. I was on a live last night. I just came out and talked because I wanted to kind of get you all caught up. And somebody was asking me, how do you get your mind to stop? And especially at night. And I said, you know what? One of the things that I've kind of done lately is I found channels that I know, like Jen's channel, or Jen's channel, or like Cricket's channel, or Tommy's channel, or Christian's channels. People's voices that I know, people's voices that I'm friends with, that I have I have friendship relationships with, that I know they're comforting voices. Because right now, when it's quiet and your mind just starts racing with stuff, having those voices at night to go to sleep, it's comforting. You're not feeling like you're sitting there by yourself. You know, Sandy, if you could put DJ's channel up for me too as well, or somebody, I'd appreciate it, because he's helped too. Everybody's helped. But I just think for myself, I said, and it's helped. Putting those voices on of people that I know and I have a relationship with, it's really, 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 really helped. Because it's just quieted my mind enough to not have my head spinning. You know. For those that do not know, Gail is doing a wonderful fall fest. I'm participating. She has other content creators that are participating. So on her channel, she has the rules and stuff for participating if you're interested. And it's a great way to help to grow your channel and introduce you to new people. But yeah, Shauna, I get the same thing. I get it. It's like I've never met Jen. I hope to maybe meet her one of these days. I've never met her. I'm sure she'd love to meet Mocha, right? Um, but I've never met her, but I feel like I know her. And it's really awesome that um, that you have that relationship. And you build that, but you build it over time. You build it over time. I'm trying not to get paint on my thing because it would not be good. But those that are interested, go to Gail's thing. Great way to build a channel. And I'm like, I can't wait for my video for you guys to see it. I was impressed with my little self, but I can't share it yet now. Not till she tells us we can. So. But I found that so helpful lately. And sometimes I can fall asleep. There's a guy that does like Irish music, or not Irish music, Irish storytelling, and I can fall asleep to him a lot. But at the same time, it's not what I've needed the past week. I've needed people that I like, my friends, you know. I've needed people that I can just feel like I've got, a connection with. And it's really helped kind of quiet my mind. I've been in Jen's channel, and I've said, I'm lurking. I'm just listening to you talk because my mind won't stop racing. And it's helped. Okay. Yep, I'm not posting it till then. I just can't wait to show everybody. I think I did pretty good on it. I'm excited. I'm excited to collaborate with all the other ones too, and channels, and I think it's a great way to expose everybody. It's kind of like we're window shopping from channels, right? But it's helped. So I will not be going to the airport with them tomorrow to pick my aunt up. But when we go back to take her, I will go because I feel like my husband said, Mary, you cannot not go. You've got to go. And he said, I'll take the back roads. He said, but you've got to be there because your mom's going to need you. I'm like, okay. It's just going to be hard, but we'll get through it. Beverly Wolf, I'll have to check her out. I think if everything wasn't going on with my aunt, it'd be different. But right now, it's like having a friend. I don't feel like, I know I'm not alone. I know that. But it's just having that friendly voice that's kind of there to help me through, because right now it's just, I can't get my mind to stop racing. And I'll start thinking of, if I let myself do it, I start thinking about taking her back to the airport and what it's going to be like, and that kind of thing. And that's just, and realizing what this visit is all about, and then you just start your head just starts racing. But we'll get through it. We're going to get through it. And once it's through, I'm going to go on Gail's channel in September sometime, and we'll talk about fibromyalgia with her crew over there. She's a great supporter of people, and I think that that's what you need to be if you're going to be on YouTube. Just think, as you grow as a channel, how much, when you were doing your growth, would you have wanted a bigger channel, a big brother to come beside and just step in and say, I can help just lift you up a little bit? Because I know for myself, an extra little bit just from the ad revenue, I mean, it's pennies, but still would help my family. And I think of my daughter's channel, and her doctors already said she would really benefit from having what Josh has on his body for his diabetes. But it's $75 a month for her to have that. And so if she had the YouTube channel, and she had it where she had it monetized, and she was getting an extra $100 a month, it would pay for what she needs for her diabetes on her body. It's the sensor, so, and they just can't afford it, the copay for it. Yeah, it's all about mentoring, and I think that's great. And I'd love to have you on mine too, Gail, because I think that would be a really interesting topic too, because I know your channel has over 3,000 subscribers, of how you've really mentored small channels. One of the things I can tell you from when I was trying to do the whole Facebook thing at one point, and I had a business coach. And one of the things that I learned from that business coach is, when you are a small channel, and you'll notice on mine, now if somebody's commented from a comment, I don't always go back and see it. But if somebody's commented, you will see 9 out of 10 times, guys, I am responding to each and every one of your comments. You know, you know. Well, you keep at it, DJ. You'll get it. We'll help. We will help for sure. Um, it's a good way to meet people. You're right, Sandy Wandy. It's a great way to meet people. But, you know, I think to myself, I think it's an interesting topic to have is kind of coming beside and being that big brother and helping and you know, giving back and supporting each other. And I just think it's, oh, I was talking about the comments, is you need to, as a YouTube, as your comments, if you're a small channel, is every comment, everybody puts a comment on. And I have my YouTube app, and that's one thing I told Spanx with the Lightboat. I said, get the YouTube app on your phone, because then I have the comments where I can get them really quickly, and every comment, and eventually as we grow, that's not going to be, it's always be impossible unless we hire somebody to do it all. But every comment gets a response, because that's participating in YouTube's algorithm. And I really think it's a great way to connect with your audience. You know, um, I really do, by responding to them. If they've taken the time, hi, Large Farm Homestead, welcome. That's okay. We're going to be live. I'm going to keep doing the lives. I think it's a great way to, if your subscribers have taken the time to put a comment up, take the time to, if you've got a small enough channel you can do it, take the time to, well, Pup Groomer, thank you so much. You're such a great support. You really are. Take the time and just respond to them. You know, just say thank you for showing up and doing a comment. I try very hard to do that. My mom helps. Eventually, I think that's what I'm going to have to do, is download the thing on her phone so that she can do some comments too. But that's something that I can do often when I'm hurting, which is, they asked me, it was so funny at the doctor today. The doctor was like, what's your normal, what would be comfortable pain level? And I'm like, 2 or 3, which is my norm, but it's about a 5 or 6 right now, and it's not going away. We're not going down, we're going up. That's fine. At least he told me what to do. He was like, oh, that reminds me, I've got to, so I'm excited. I'm excited for Patty and Christina to go horseback riding. That's going to be so much fun for the two of them. So much fun. Oh, this is so much better to put them on parchment paper, because then they don't stick to the, they don't stick. And if you get them, even if they did stick a little bit, when we paint pour them, if I needed to take a little bit of, I could get a little sandpaper and sandpaper them a little bit. They don't need to be perfect. If they're plain wood, they're going to show through the paint pour. You got to paint them white. And if they came in white, then I could avoid this stuff altogether. But, and this way it'll give it time, and then maybe when Patty's here, not that I don't want to paint with y'all, I do, but when Patty's here, I can sit outside with her and I can just keep painting. So, yep, we're all here to help each other. And I tell people, new people that are coming in, you do not have to crochet to be a part of our channel. You just have to want to connect with other people. I do talk about yarn. I do talk about crochet. Well, thank you so much for hopping on in. I do talk about that But we really focus on connecting people together. We really do. I feel it's really important. I feel that there's enough YouTube channels out there that have crochet on them that you can go to. But let's focus on connection and building relationships. I really feel that that's so important to get through this thing we call life. So, and I'm going to, after I get done, I'm going to finish what earrings are here, possibly. Um, and then after I get done with these, I'm going to go in and I'm going to have ready for bed. Finish that blanket. I am so close to being done with that temperature blanket, and I'm so ready to be done with it. So what has everybody else been doing today? And then too, since we're so close to memberships, I talked a little bit about this last night. When we get there, guys, I really want you all to be a part of deciding how you all want to see that happen. I don't want to do it in a way that makes it so that I'm the one deciding everything. I know that I want to have a $99 level. And I'm going to need some help by somebody to either show me how to do emojis or because I can't figure them out. But I also want a $3.99 level. And because I don't know whether or not you get more emojis. If you do like a 99-cent level, do you have like 10 emojis? And then when you do a $3.99, do you get 15 emojis you're allowed to put in or what? I have no idea. That's all going to be new to me, tell you that. But I want to do a 99-cent one because I really feel like there's people like me that really would love to. Oh, that's awesome, Alfonso. Really want to support a channel, but maybe they're just struggling and they can't. So I want to offer that 99-cent membership. We want to do that, and then be able to offer the $3.99 one, because then there may be a time when I offer a $6.99 one. I don't know what we would do for that, but I want to keep that open. And I think that would also be a great way for people that like to gift memberships out. I really think that would be really a nice way to have that 99-cent membership for people that really would like to throw out like 10, gift like 10 memberships. I really would like to say to them, here you have 10 memberships. You have them at 99. You have 99 cents. You could throw out 10 memberships and bless 10 people. So I really want to do that. With that, I want to do a 99-cent and then a $3.99. And I don't know what else to offer with the $3.99, and I don't know whether you're able to make it so that like they get 5 emojis and the other one gets 10 emojis. I don't know. I don't know enough to do it, to figure it out yet, but I thought about making it so that the shout outs happen on like a $3.99 membership. But I don't want to do that either because I really enjoy giving out those shout outs every day, even though they're a little bit of work on our side, because I really believe that the takeaway break, the shout out break things happen better when they're done with a picture. When you put a picture with a community post, I really feel like it does spread the word, does help, right? And so we go to the channel, take their avatar, download it, go to Canva, put it on a thing, put it in a logo template, put that logo in, and above it, we put their channel name. Then we upload that with tagging them and their channel link on the community tab. So it's an extra step, but this way their avatar gets on the community post, their picture gets on the community post. And I just think that it does make it stick out a little bit more. That's my belief. I don't know. But when you have an opportunity, guys, go check over the community post. Give the community post some thumbs up. Um, and let me know what you think. Hi, Dee Dee. Let me know what you think about how we've been doing the community posts and the shout outs, and tell me what you think. Um, tell me if you think adding those pictures really helps to make those posts stand out. So I really want to do the 99 cent and maybe just offer like a handful of emojis with that. And then maybe at this point give some extra emojis for the $3.99 for those people that want it. But then that way I really think that 99 cents would be a great way for people that want to just, gift some memberships. It would make it affordable to do that for like 10 people. If they wanted to do $10 worth, they could do it for that. They could do it for 5 or something. Yeah, see, hi Maritza, we're painting these earring things. Yep, I agree. And so that's why we take the extra time when we do the community posts for other channels. We take the time to go forward and do the community post with the picture, because I think it helps you all to make sure that you've got the avatar picture on our community post matching the avatar of the page you're going to. Even though everything's linked, I think it just helps. And I think it just does. Hi Globies, good job today. I was so proud of you. I saw you. Good job. You did it. You went live. Good job. I wanted to say, because she's in Memphis, say hi to Elvis for me, will you? I've been to Memphis. I rooted in Texas. I've been to Memphis 3 times during Elvis week and 1 non-time during Elvis week. Great city. Hi, Mon. And rooted in Texas, I gave you a shout out. Did you? Let me just ask you, because of the way I did it. Did you like the way I did it in the community post where I was doing kind of your picture, your avatar in the shout out, where it wasn't just words with go check out so and so's channel and the HTTP. It had all that, but then it had your avatar and it had your picture, and I think it made people. It just stood out a little bit more. You let me know. Oh, believe me, I'm so jealous. I want to be there for Elvis week. You survive Elvis week. Don't get me wrong. You survive. You survive. They're tearing down Humes High School, which I'm sad, but I've been in there. I got to wear one of Elvis's TCBs he gave his guys. I've met the Jordanaires. I've been through Graceland more times than I can count. Yeah, she can go on Facebook. Are you in the lifeboat group? Lifeboat Facebook group? Because if you are, go look up Mary. You'll find me. Yeah, I was just I know you're not picky. I was just wondering if you felt it stood out a little bit more, because that's what I'm trying to do with the way I'm doing them. I'm just trying to make sure that the shout outs they just stand out a little bit more than just text. If you PM me. Now, understand, Edie, if I don't respond, if you guys message me and I don't respond this week, there's a dang on good reason for it. But I have also, then there may be times, y'all, I'm going to hop on here just without no thumbnail and just go for it and say, I just need you, because it's going to be hard. But, I said to my counselor, I said, I'm just not I don't want to go to food. Yeah, we're going to have some extra stuff, but not not too much. Yep. I'm going to drop Globy Travels for people that want to go check her out. I was so proud she went live and did it. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That that's what I'm thinking. I had a bug that wanted the light. That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm saying. Because it is a little bit more work for us to do shout outs like that, but I just really believe that it's worth the few extra, like an extra minute, to make sure that um, that there's a picture to go with it. I believe that it just helps to show them off a little bit more. I just thought if anybody thinks it's not worth it, then I want to hear about that too. I'm dropping Rooted in Texas too, and I will go watch some of your stuff some more. But again, with what's happening with my aunt this week, I have just my brain is all over the map, and I feel like I can't absorb anything. So, got a loved one, y'all. Give them a hug. Hug them tight. Hug them. Hug them. Don't let them go. Let them know you love them. It's not worth it. If you've got stuff that's held that you're holding on to that you need to deal with them, go deal with it. It's just not worth it. That letter I wrote to that family member should be there on Friday, so we'll see what happens with that. My therapist was talking about that with me today. She said, "What's going to happen if they get the letter and they call?" And I said, "Well, the phone's going right to my mother. Because if it's an upset phone call from the person, I will not be able to hold my tongue." My great grandmother, her name was Lizzie. All up for a Lizzie story? Well, she was in Scotland, and she was a little bit. And I've got to send these. I want to send these stories to Reese. These two, anyway. But I'll tell you, she was a Spitfire, right? Yes, it is. She was Spitfire, and so every once in a while we'll say, "Yep, the inner Lizzie's coming out." She was over in Scotland. She was over in Scotland during the war, so she wasn't paying too much attention to anything except for, taking care of her family and try to keep them, in one piece. You know, yeah, turn this down. Come here. Again, I'm a little bit too bright. She wasn't. That's better. I don't feel like I'm so washed out. That's a little bit better. And so she was in. She was she just trying to keep her family surviving, right? Well, you know what? She had never met her brother-in-law, and his name was Gordon. So he came down the stairs. And in her house, everybody was dressed and they were clean and they were all shaven. I got to cut Josh's hair tonight. All that stuff done, right? Change the sheets tonight, too. Anyway, everybody was look nice and everything, right? She came downstairs. He came downstairs. They had never met before. I don't think I could have done this. But my great grandmother did. Guess what? He came downstairs. He hadn't shaven. He was in his pajamas. She just looked dead straight at him and she said, "Gordon," she said, "when is this?" She said, when are you going to get all cleaned up and everything and all ready for breakfast?" And he said, "Oh, when the spirit moves me." She said the spirit better move you awfully quick because you're not getting any breakfast till you're clean shaven and done, all dressed up and everything, right? He didn't say one word. He turned his little self around and he went upstairs and he got all dressed and came back downstairs all clean and shaven. And that was the power of my grandma, my great grandmother. So she was taking care of a golf shop, right, over in Scotland. And there was these spittoons on the floor. Well, she was not going to have any of that. If anybody knows what a spittoon is, it's when they're doing the tobacco, they would spit in the spittoons. She was not going to clean them. So she went around before the guys came off the green and stopped in this little sandwich shop thing at the very end of the green, or the halfway point. She went around and she collected all the spittoons. She let all the men come in, all sat themselves down, and she just looked at every one of them. Oh, awesome, we'll drive safely. And she just looked at him and she said, "So, before you answer this question, please know that I know each and every one of your wives." And my great grandmother would have gone and asked each and every one of the wives this question. She said, "I want to know how many of you have a spittoon in your house." Not one of these gentlemen stood up. She said, "Well, guess what? If you don't have them in your house, you don't have them here." She said, "I ain't cleaning them." And she said, "They are gone for as long as I'm running this place." And that was it. They didn't have spittoons. And I'm telling you, this woman would have gone to every one of those wives and said, "Did they tell the truth?" And they knew it too. They knew her. They knew that Lizzie was ornery. And during the war, my great grandmother, I'm telling you, I just have a little bit of her in me. And I tell the same thing to my daughter. She had during the war, they had rations over in Scotland. So they were only allowed to have this much stuff and that much stuff, right? They couldn't have excess stuff. Well, her sister was working in a place. She was a maid, and her husband working in a house in the States, and they could not have her daughter with them. And so she was being caretaken by somebody, but not very well. And so her sister brought her over to Scotland for Lizzie to take care of. And so she was taking care of her when the war broke out. So my great grandmother was writing her sister and telling her, "Don't worry, we've got all these, things. We've got enough food. We got this and that, right?" Well, she was telling people, "Go write the government and tell them that you're, raising bees or doing this or whatever," and they would give them extra sugar or what have you, extra rations because they were doing this kind of stuff. Well, what she didn't know is the Scotland Yard was reading all the mail. And so my great grandmother was sleeping, and my grandmother answered the door. And there's the two bobbies at the door, right? The Scotland Yard. And knock on the door, and there they are. She went upstairs to go get her mom. She brought down this little girl. She was about 2 years old and sat her on her lap and told this story about not wanting her sister to worry about her daughter and da 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 da, which was the truth. And by the time these two gentlemen got done, they were both in tears. You realizing the story about this poor girl who was separated from her parents, and they were over in the States and all this stuff. Guess what? When they left, my grandmother said, shortly after there, we had to go and get all the little supplies, the extra little supplies we had. She would be trading them with people, all over the place, right? And they had to go and take all the supplies and dig out the coal, and put the supplies in the coal place they stored the coal and put the coal on top of everything. So if they came back and raided the house, they wouldn't find the stuff. That was Lizzie. She didn't care. My grandmother was the same way. She told you what like it was. She didn't care if you didn't like it. And my grandmother was exactly the same way. She lived next door. My grandmother lived next door to uh, a friend of mine. To I won't mention her name, but anyway, they lived next door to some people, and they had a, a, a boy, and they had Kimmy. Kimmy was actually one of my bridesmaids, and she went out, and she called my grandmother, and she said, Nan, she said, my parents have left me. Now she was probably about 10, and I I'm not criticizing anybody's raising a parent. Of course, things are different now, but still, it wasn't right. And um, she said, I'm waiting for a mattress delivery. Was it that one? Oh yeah, they were off at some party or something. I'm waiting for a mattress delivery, and I'm a little nervous. Can you come over here while we wait for them? Hey, daughter, how are you, hun? I love you too, sweetheart. And you want to hop on, Christina? Let me know. I can put a link in there. And so anyway, she guess what? Well, if you want to hop on, let me know. I'll put you on. I'll send you a link. You can come on. Come in the back thing if you want to come on. Let me know. So anyway, she went over. She helped them get the bed in and everything with the people that were there. And then she said to Kimmy, pack a little suit thing. Come over. You're coming over to my house. She did. And then her father came about 11 o'clock at night for Kim. My grandmother said, she's sleeping. You can come get her in the morning. Slam with the door. Her father was like, that's done. She did. They came back in the morning. What? Do you want to come on? I can put a link in there and you can come on if you want. Let me know. I'll put a StreamYard link in it. You can hop on the screen if you want. Then you can tell everybody. Let me know. Yes. Give me a minute, guys. Yes, she is. Christina, I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put the link in here. If you want to come on, you can come on for a few. If you can't, I understand. But if you want to, you can hop on. That's for Christina, guys. You want to hop on for a few minutes, you can come on. You can hop on. If not, I understand. But so anyway, that was my grandmother. She was just as ordinary as her mother. My daughter has said if she's lucky enough to have a girl, she wants to name it Elizabeth. I said, we're going to call her Lizzie, right? Yep. She wishes I had called her Lizzie. Why would you get banned? Oh. Well, I'm sure if you're on the phone with Monica, I get it. You need to hop off for Monica. She would understand. I'm just offering. If you want to come up, there's the link. See, y'all? I got paint on my shirt. I knew exactly what I'm doing. I knew exactly what I'm doing. By wearing a shirt that already had paint on it. No good at this paint stuff. I'm no good at this paint stuff. I always get paint on me. Earrings, paint pour. I've got leftover paint from your flowers. I'm finishing these up. I'm doing the second coat. From your wedding that I painted your flowers with. And I'm going to, I'm going to I still have some colors from your wedding. And I'll do 3 sets of earrings for you out of this. One's going to be with the turquoise colors from your wedding. One's going to be all the orange colors from there. Hi, Tuber Chat. How you doing, Mr. Kevin? I'm going to, and I'm going to put Tuber Chat in here, guys. If you're a small channel, go over and do his, remind me to bring a wipe out here because, I can get it off my brand new thing. Oh, well, thank you. I'm going to do ones with the colors of the blue I used for your flowers. And then I'm going to do one from That's true. You can. Sure, if you need to hop on, you can. If you want to hop on and you want to, go right ahead. And then I'm going to do ones with all the orange colors from your wedding. And then Kevin Chrissy Edits is another one of my daughter's channels. And then I'm going to do ones with a mixture of yours and the orange and the turquoise together. So you're going to get those earrings. So you'll always have the colors of the flowers that were in your wedding. And I can use those colors because they're pretty awesome colors in their acrylic paint. I'm excited to show you all paint pour. So, and I'm proud of myself. I really am, guys. I'm proud that this hasn't been easy to prepare, to make arrangements to make sure that I'm preparing myself for success, which means I'm making sure that I'm covering myself, that I'm getting things and activities busy. I've got the disco balls going to be worked up. I figured out today, because I used the glow-in-the-dark thing. My therapist I brought that glow-in-the-dark yarn, and she was so dang on impressed with it that I made her a keychain with our disco ball saying and the glow-in-the-dark. She just thought the glow-in-the-dark yarn was just so cool. But it's really hard. It's kind of hard to work with. I can tell you that. It's hard to work with. And I'm not going to be able to work with it for long periods of time because it's a little stiff. And I'm going to have to work with it little bit by little bit, really. And so like I was only able to do 2 strips. You take 3 strips to make one. And I was only able to take and do 2 strips at a time because it just hurt my hands too bad. So I'm going to have to do that. Oh, Christina, guess what we got? Cinnamon rolls. We got the cinnamon rolls. So she was just so impressed with the yarn. But I figured out I did 22 stitches, single crochets, right? With going back in 1. And it worked. It worked. It made a great ball. It ended up making the perfect size. So now I know how to kind of do the silver, but I'm going to do a disco ball for Patty. Christina wants me to do one for her too. But I got to get the right blue. I know which blue I want to do. I got one outside, but I was having a lot of problems with it because of the size of it, even though it's a really cool turquoise. So, but I'm going to bed early tonight. I hope to go to bed early, or my sister in Australia is going to clobber me. You'd have clobbered me yesterday. You'd have clobbered me. That couldn't believe it. It was like 3:30 in the morning. I finally got to sleep. Actually, no. Josh fell asleep about 2ish. And then his Dexcom went off. Or his pod on his thing went ee. It makes like almost one of those machines at the hospital goes ee. That went off. And then he had to wake up and do another insulin pod. And then I finally fell asleep, and it was about 3:30 in the morning. And then, he's sitting on the edge of the bed. And he's like, I didn't want to wake you up. And I'm like, I just woke up going, and so you're going to be crashing there on the side of the bed. And we're going to have to call the paramedics right before Patty comes. So then I had to go get him a peanut butter sandwich. And then I finally fell back to sleep. And then we had to get the mochas to the vet so she could get her nail trim. And then we got to give her a bath tomorrow morning. But I didn't want to bother giving her a bath before the nail trim. There didn't seem to be a purpose for that one. She does baths pretty good, actually. She'll put up with them, which is surprising. But I thought there was no sense to. And the doctor said that thing on her side that's growing is not really anything to be concerned at this time and date, so they don't want to try to remove it. I'm like, okay, y'all know best. But they were been so proud of your dog, Christina. They said she's nothing. We have worse dogs than her, believe it or not. I was glad to hear that. She's come a long way. At the vet's office. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, can I count? They said there'd be no math on this channel. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 more earrings to go, and then I can go in the house. Go have a shower. Go get ready for bed. Try to see if I can get done with that blanket. Love to see that blanket done tonight. So, only other thing that I can do tomorrow, and that can be while they're going to get her, is finish the shout out so that those are done to the end of the month. And then if anybody has some prayers, just be praying we have nice weather and no rain on Friday. At least until evening. It can rain in the Friday evening, but nothing before then. Because Christina's and Patty are supposed to go on their ride at 2 o'clock. So be praying that and I don't know if Christina's still in here or not, but I will talk to you and see if you want to participate in what I'm participating with Gail. Maybe something for you to consider. Hey, ACE, how you doing? Anybody on Tuber Chat that talked today about swapping playlist, as soon as my aunt leaves, I will gladly do them. I will help with them again. I just didn't want to commit to anything till after she left, and I don't want to commit to anything as far as running playlists till the beginning of September. I want to get, because my body it's going to need to rest after Patty leaves. My doctor was to me going, he said, you got to take it easy. He said, I can't up your meds, but he said, I said to him, I'm just really so sore. And he said, well, there's no way for that for the stress to go away. He said, you're going to hurt. I'm like, yep. Mary, can I get a blue jacket? I have no idea what that means. But he just said, I said, can I put in like some regular Tylenol in my day? And he goes, yeah, go ahead and do that. So I think that would be a good solution for you right now. So I'm probably going to do that. I'm over it. People, when you're dealing with chronic pain and you're dealing with it from a normal level, when you deal with extra chronic pain, you get tired really quick because your body is going. I was like, this is extra. We're dealing with enough. And our therapist prayed for us today in our therapy session, which I thought was just so sweet. And I appreciated it tremendously. I have to go get, I think I have some floral wire, and if I don't, I need to go get some. Because when we paint pour and how I have to set this up, I'm going to have to use floral wire to hang these. I'm going to do them two different ways, guys. I'm going to do some of them, it's the same as I'm going to kind of do these, possibly. If I hang them, it's going to give a whole different look. But then if I lay them flat like this, I can take painter's tape and put it on the back. That way, the back end of it, I can paint it with, I'll paint that first. Like I'll pick a color. If I'm going to be using it, I may use like a blue metallic or whatever, or silver. Or even just like a metallic brown or something like that. I mean, something neutral. And then that way we'll lay them flat and let the paint go on. But if I put painter's tape on the bottom, it'll keep it from getting paint on it. But it'll be a different look. And then we're going to hang them. I got these racks at Dollar Tree. And we're going to hang them from the racks. To see, the earrings have the holes in them, and so do the others, right? And we're going to hang them so that I pour the paint coming down this way, which will do two different looks for the earrings and the little things. There's going to be no way for me to really do both sides if I lay them flat. I can't do it. I can only do it if I'm going to hang them where they'll get both sides done paint pour. If I lay them flat, I've got to paint the back end, right? Then cover it with painter's tape, right? And then if when you're laying them flat, if you paint the back and paint gets on here, that's not going to matter because it will be covered up. I know, Face, welcome. We're painting. I love doing paint pour as well as I love doing crochet. Paint pour, guys, you're going to love paint pour. I'm telling you, you don't need to know how to paint to do paint pour. It's simple, stupid. You don't. You just get free and you just have fun. You use acrylic paint. I use Floetrol on my paint mix, and I don't even measure. And there's people that do measurements. I don't measure. I just put a little Floetrol in. I mix the paint, and you kind of learn. You want it to, you take like craft sticks, you want it to fall off of the paint stick or the craft stick. You want it to just kind of fall off. You know when the paint is, you just can tell after a while, and you're going to make mistakes. And in bigger projects, what you're going to do is get cells. I have a heat gun someplace. I don't know where it is. I got to find it. So you can use a heat gun. You can use a hair dryer to bring those cells out. You can use silicone oil, which I won't use on the bigger stuff because on the small stuff, because it doesn't really seem to have, doesn't really do anything for the small stuff. But what I'll do is I will go to Dollar Tree, pick up some kind of wood piece, and I will do it with the paint pour with you all. And then what I'll do is I'll give that piece away. However that one turns out, we'll do a paint pour video, and whoever comments on that video will get that with 2 soap caddies. And so, and if I can figure out how in my shop to offer a discount code, then I thought I could do that too. I could do like a 10% discount code. They would get email to them if they want to get anything from the shop. So I figure I'll give 2 soap caddies and the wooden piece that I'll paint pour to whoever. Maybe can get some sales out of there, but then you guys are going to see paint pour on a bigger surface. And it may be a heart. I'll find something at the thing, at the Dollar Tree or even Hobby Lobby that I like. I was really thinking about doing a paw print. Because I think that it'd be cute to do the paw print too. Or an anchor. I was thinking of doing that too. I thought the anchor would be really cool because of the lifeboat and the ripples and all that kind of stuff. I was thinking about maybe doing an anchor. So I think I'll go to Hobby Lobby, not Dollar Tree, and get a wood piece that I can paint for and show you all how in a larger piece to paint for. And it's fun. You just do it. You don't think about it, guys. There's nothing. You just do it. The thing about paint pour is you could go to, and I've done it, you can go to Dollar Tree and they have canvases there. Get canvases and get some acrylic paint and just have fun. So much fun. So much fun. But I'm going to try, guys, when Patty comes to get her on, at least have her say thank you. I don't know if she'll let me do it. She may not want to show her face, and that's fine, but at least if I can have her on and have her talk to y'all and say thank you, that's what I try to do for y'all. And I just want to extend, my whole family says thank you for being there. Moan, can you do me a favor? When you get an opportunity, you're connected with Mr. Blessed to Crochet. You just message him and just let him know you're there if he needs to talk. He'll talk to me, but he doesn't want to. He's like Christina. I don't want to bother anybody. Guys, when you're suffering, when you're hurting, bother. And sometimes, he doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want to overload me. He knows I'm hurting. He said, I've got to be the strong one. I don't want to, you're going through enough. And he can, listen, I married a good guy, which I'm so blessed with. My second time around, I learned. But he just hates to see me suffering. He knows. It just sit there and he just says, it just kills me to watch you in pain. It just hurts. So, he wants to be strong and he wants me to be the one. He knows I need that right now. And so he doesn't want to show. But I made him go to the therapist today he would go to his therapist appointment and just talk. I said, we don't have to be serious, And for him too, he brought up a good point too, is, this is kind of bringing in some emotions. His grandmother's 95. And so going through this with what he's doing with Patty kind of brings him through to what he's kind of knows is going to happen with his grandmother. She's in pretty good health, but she is getting frail and she's getting, older and stuff. And that'll be a hard one. That'll be, for him, that'll be hard when he loses his grandmother. That's okay, Shelly Kelly. You arrived just in time. I just came on. I'm out here in the painting. I'm trying to keep my mind off of stuff. I'm out here getting the earrings ready for the paint pour, because this will help the paint to really cure really well. Guys, the parchment paper is working so much better than the um, so much better. And again, there may be little edges, and what we can do, I don't know if you can see that, maybe not because it's white and white. If there's little edges that come, like there's a little buffing we may need to do, we can just take some sandpaper before we paint pour and just smooth them out a little bit, and it won't matter. But the parchment paper was the right way to go, because certainly the cardboard was not. Um, and I've also informed Reese's, all of Reese's group and the Lifeboat group that they don't see me in the. My aunt arrives Thursday, Shelly. So if they don't see me in the stuff, um, they'll understand why. I'll get back once she leaves. I'm going to try to stay connected, but I also don't want to take time away from that. And they understand totally. I know they do. So, yeah, I know I'm going to need the boat, but this week, if I can't hop into Reese's, boat's at a time when probably I'll miss the morning boat a lot, because that's going to be, but by the evening, Patty's probably going to be sleeping, and I'm going to need that, especially in the evening. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the morning, but if Reese comes on, then I can always just make her, mute it, and then just watch the chat and make sure nobody's misbehaving. Right? Nobody's misbehaving. I can do the same thing with Captain in the morning. I just mute it and then just watch the chat a little bit, make sure everybody's behaving themselves. So we got to protect it. It's our place and our safe place. Guys, the mods in both of those channels work their tail ends off to keep the chat safe. There's a lot. I know sometimes people get frustrated, but there's a lot. They're doing a lot, and I mean, especially Reese's one, it flies. And I've had to kind of learn. I've been watching a lot, especially in hers, just kind of watching um, to see what they're blocking, because they've been there longer than I have. Of course, some of them it's obvious, but um, I've just kind of you're 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 flying, and you sometimes have to make the call on the second of whether or not a comment needs to be taken down. Sometimes I've done it with myself, with people, is I've accidentally hit the wrong thing, and I've actually taken a comment away or hidden somebody accidentally, and I didn't mean to because my thumb got in the way. I'm sorry. But, you're making decisions on the fly and you're watching it, and, that's why you have to have multiple mods, because one person sees something the other person doesn't see, and you're there to catch it. And you do your best, try to make the environment as safe as possible. And, but I'm spending a lot of time just watching and saying hello to everybody that comes in, and paying attention to thanking super chats. And one thing I really do when I go in there, I'm sure she was understanding this. When I, especially in Tommy's or in Reese's, if somebody does a super chat or something, I'll hit that like button. If there's a like button, I will hit it, because I think that's important. So I do that a lot. If I'm on a Chromebook, I like to welcome people in if I can. It's harder on the phone, but and then it's just watching. You're just watching the chat, and then it takes a little bit for sometimes you to see a comment, and your brain works and goes, no, that's not an acceptable comment. So, I'm telling you, guys, if they're mods in some of those channels, they're in it because they care about you all. They want you to come in and be safe. They care about their channel, of course, but they want you, their people that they care about. And Reese cares about the people that come in her chat, and so does Tommy. And they want to make sure that those people come in and it's safe. And you guys know you can talk about some really hard stuff, because we do, especially in Tommy's channel. And you can do it, and it's safe, and it's a safe environment, and you guys are welcome, and you know it's going to be safe without all the drama. And that's they're doing it. They're doing it with because they care. The mods are in there because they care about you guys and they care about the channel. And like my mods are in here, and they're in here because they care. And I appreciate it tremendously. And that's why I try for my channel, and it's how I decide I choose to run mine. Everybody chooses to run theirs, is totally up to them. But it's why I I give, especially my mods, they have their link to their own web thing, so they can drop it for their channel anytime they want, so that they get their channel promoted. And I think what I'm going to start doing on the first of every month on my channel is every mod, all my mods that have channels are going to just get a mod shout out channel. I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to add that. Just put thank you to all my mods. Please go follow their channels. I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Not all my mods have channels, but the ones that do, I think that's what I'm going to do. And that's my way of, that's the way I can say thank you to my mods for what they do, because they work hard. So I think I'm going to start doing that. Just say, go check out my mods and give them the support. I appreciate all their thing every month. And that way, a little bit of airtime. I think that'll be good. See, I got paint on my shirt. I knew it. So we'll do that. But they do it because they care, y'all. They do it because they care. So does anybody have any exciting plans this weekend? We're gonna have, I've got shrimp in the half bag of shrimp in the freezer. We've got my aunt loves crab cakes. I make them with imitation crab meat, so I will try to make sure that when I make them this time, I put the recipe. Try not to go to any estate sale. No, I ain't going to any estate sale. Are you trying not to go any? You have to work tomorrow. I'm going to try very hard to, or not try very hard. I'm going to try to record the recipe of the crab cakes. And so we'll have imitation crab cakes on Friday. And she loves fried eggplant. So we'll have fried eggplant. And then I've got half a bag of shrimp, and I've got 2 filet mignons that I got on a special. So I'll take those out tomorrow, and we'll have surf and turf on leftover key lime pie, probably. No water for hot water for 3 weeks? Oh no, this girl couldn't do it. No. Closest I came to that is when Hurricane Andrew came. We were out of water for 3 weeks, and you couldn't go swimming in the pool because it wasn't treated properly. I would finish my dessert. I would like to finish my dessert cactus garden if it's not too hot. Sounds cactus garden. That sounds interesting. Well, I don't think I've ever heard of a cactus garden, but I'm sure that's what they have in Arizona. Of course, I've never been to Arizona. 2 to 3 hours on the part trans bus to go to and from work. No guarantees that I get to work on time, no matter how early it picks me up. Oh my goodness. It's not good. And it's not even winter yet. So, and we're going to have egg pie on which the recipe's in our recipe stuff on Sunday, or not Sunday. We'll have that Friday, and then there'll probably be leftovers for Sunday. But I can also make quiche on Sunday too. I forgot about that. That would be nice too, but I'd have to go out and get the ham. Something to think about. And all I would need is the ham, and I've got the cheese. All I would need is the ham. Oh, that's something to think about. I'll have to see how much quiche we have. If not, I'll run in and get some ham from the store, and then make it with the crust and make some quiche, which my daughter would love. She'd also like me to make fluffy stuff, which is like the marshmallow and cherry and all that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't be making that. But I could think about doing that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Well, I think so. I've never ridden it here, Alfonso, so I can't tell you. I know in Florida they had pretty good transportation. Of course, it was a big, huge, county. But I don't know. My husband's going to take Patty around one day, just a little bit, for a little while. He said he's going to take her to the. They're not going to go in and do the tour because it's too much for him and for my aunt. But he said he's going to take her by the prison and say, "See, I've always wanted to take you to prison." But then she can see where the Shawshank movie was filmed. Say, "See, I've always wanted to take you to prison." Yep, I have not had to ride public transportation in years, so I can't tell you for here what it's like at all. And I will go ahead on. Well, I'm glad you have a blessed night, Rooted. I'm going to put up there should be a YouTube link, y'all, for the candlelight visual in Memphis for Elvis, and so I will put that link up in the community tab for y'all to go check it out. And for those that want to see it, I want to take Christina in the worst way one of these times to it, because it's pretty spectacular. It's somber, but it's very moving. Of course, it always has to be hot. You want to talk about hot? It's hot. It is hot. So, and I think, guys, we may get to the 3,000 while Patty's here. Boy, oh boy, that would be a gift beyond belief to me to see that. Where I put up a post today, Mocha, saying we are so linking close. We are 108 hours away from 3,000. I did it again. See, that's why I wore a shirt I didn't care about. We are so close to 3,000. So close. And then the next step is getting to the 4,000 and the 1,000 subscribers. That's the next one we got to work towards. But we're doing the one at a time. But I think the $99 membership is a good way to go. And then I just have to, I'll do the $3.99. If I can just, for right now, just kind of put the emojis in there, like do a little bit more emojis for the $3.99 versus the 99-cent one, then I'll do that. But that'll all come. We'll get there, and you guys help to make it happen. And this part of how we help each other, right? I thought that story was so moving, and I think I've seen it someplace before too, about the brother in the yeah, it's getting more character, absolutely. Well, I wore a navy blue shirt the last time I came out here and did this, and I swore, I thought, and it was a shirt that I wear, and it's not new, but it's somewhat nice, right? And I won't get any paint on it. How can I get paint on it, right? Went in the house, I had a spotter here, I had a, forget it. I said, I'm wearing a shirt that already has paint on it, I'll just add more character to it. Sure enough, I've been there, already had it. My husband's like, you should know yourself enough. I have to go in and trim somebody's hair, because his head is, my husband has such thick hair. This is the last earring. So I think we're going to get it. And if not, when the next, I think by the end of this weekend, we may just have it. I think. Not quote me on it, but I think it may happen. And I was going to put up something. I have to go look at my list, because I wanted to do a crackling fire, but I want to save that for more fall relaxation. But I can find something to upload tonight. I will. I'll put it up for 12 o'clock so you guys can have some relaxing. That I'm telling you, that fish tank was wonderful. I had a lot of people say that they really enjoyed that fish tank, which I was glad. But I have to look at my list and see what other sounds we wanted to have. Thought I'd find wind chimes, but I can't really find that are ones that I like. And if I can upload it tonight, and then I usually would upload one again on Sunday, but I'm not going to do it this week. But I would like to have one more up before, because those bring in like 30, 35 watch hours, if not more than that. And people really have enjoyed them. They said they go to sleep with them, and I'm like, good. And we always put a Bible verse with them, and we run them for 10 hours, and we turn the comments off, and then I re-put the comments back on after it's been uploaded. So you guys can go back to those videos and make comments, but I can't have the comments on while we're sleeping. So and if I do the, if I find a relaxing sound or something, doesn't take me that long to put it together. I'm probably going to start, I usually start it at midnight, but I'm probably going to start early. Because this girl is going to bed early, I'm telling you. I have to go get, I have to go cut his hair. I have to go change the sheets and have a snack. And I'm going to crochet for a while, because if I can get this blanket done, or at least get it, like at least, I think I had 22 rows left. So if I can do like another 10 rows, then tomorrow I could do the rest of the 12 and be done with it. And that would be really good. And then this Mocha and I can sit on the couch while they go and get my aunt. It'll take an hour and a half to get there to the Columbus airport, and then it'll take, I'm going to bring out a wipe when I'm out here, because I'm getting paint on this thing. It'll take an hour and a half to get there, an hour and a half to get back. And I'm going to do the disco ball for my aunt and my cousin for her to take home. So, and the seine. Oh, I was able to take the seine for the disco ball seine, guys. and I was able to print it out. It looks really cool just on cardstock. But then I got these little sleeves, laminating sleeves, that I can put the saying in so that when people order a disco ball keychain that I make out of the crochet stuff, we can include the saying in there with the disco ball warriors, and it can they can get the saying with it, and then they can put that on their refrigerator. Eventually, I'll do it so we can do magnets and stuff like that. But we can do. I'd love to get a magnet, but I think I've got to reach out to Alfonso because when I tried to do a magnet um, through the merch store, it said that everything had to be connected, and I don't think with all these words can it be connected. I can do one with the disco ball and say the disco ball warriors, but he has to do something so everything's connected and there's no empty background for it to make a magnet out of it. But I think if we ever wanted to put the saying on like a magnet that could go on the refrigerator, I'd have to order it from someplace else and just have them in. That's eventually what I'd like to do. But for right now, this will work so that people they could take a magnet and, if they wanted to put it on their refrigerator, they could just go to the store and get one of those sticky magnets and put it on the back of the card and put it on the refrigerator. And then or put it in their purse or what have you. So that way it would be with them. So anyway, so I've got to go get his hair cut and get the bed sheets changed, and I will look what kind of sounds I can put up. All the earrings are done, so now they can get all done. And then probably while she's here, I'm gonna start painting these. Start painting these. She's out here relaxing. I may just come out and start painting those. There's 200 of them. You don't want to sit there and watch me paint 200 of them. So anyway, um, and I'll try to see. But if I do the same, the soothing stuff tonight, I'll do it early, probably within the next hour and a half. If I can get 10 rows done of that blanket, then I'd have only about 12 rows tomorrow to do while they're out, and then I would be able to put the blanket up, and then I have to go down that entire blanket. There's about 375 rows, and I have to tie all of the ends together and glue. I tie them and put a little glue on them all the way down the blanket. And once I start that on one side, I have to go through and do it the entire side, or I'll lose track of where I am. And then I have to do it on the other side. And then I just have to cut it the best I can, wash it, and let the glue sit up and wash it. Yeah. And then I said to myself, I'm glad I did it for this woman, and I'm happy and I'm thrilled. And then I got to put I've got to get the degrees put up on, revise that sheet, print that out, get her little packet done with all the yarns. So the yarns are there like I did for Christina and everything. I'm going to have it on my face. And then I can go ahead and send it off to her. And I probably I will never do a commission temperature blanket again. It's a lot of work, and it really is. It's more like what I'm charging her is not what I really, honestly, I am doing it for. It's probably worth about 100 to 200 more than I'm charging her. And I'm not getting any of the money. I'm just thrilled to crochet it. My mother's getting it. I don't get anything that comes from here or the crochet all goes to my mom. I just do it I get to go to the yarn store. Like our church, our pastor's leaving. It's so sad. And when our musical director left, I did a blanket that said Amazing Grace. And so I'm probably going to end up doing something similar for him. And I went around and we collected a little bit. I was able to use that some towards the blanket, some towards gift cards. And so I'll do that again. So I've got that one now added to my crochet project list. which is growing by the mile. Whew. Telling you what, people. So I'm going to head off here, get his hair done, because he likes to have it done by a certain time, or he says, oh, if I don't do it by a certain time, then I'll wind up getting sick. But if we don't have, we have a cutter thing for the hair, because otherwise his hair would grow so much. Forget it. We got him that a long time ago, one of those clippers, and I just put a 2 on it, and I go, because otherwise his hair, especially in the summer, can grow like weeds. He's got not long hair, but he's got thick hair. My Lord. I don't want Patty could do it, but I don't want her to do it. I want her to have fun when she's here. I don't want her to relax and enjoy her time, not have to do cutting hair. She's done enough of that in her life. So anyway, I'm going to head off. Thank you for helping me paint these 40 earrings that needed to get done. I'm going to put them out and let them dry. I will probably not see you tomorrow, but Friday, if I can, I will upload a video or something with them going on the horseback riding trail. And you're welcome, Alfonso. And the horseback riding trail. And then really honestly for the next week, the live streams will be just play by ear. If you pop on, it may just I come on to just talk and have that. And I will pop in when I can. Just keep reaching out. I appreciate that, just to know that I got people that they want to make sure I'm okay, and I'm staying in a good mental place, and that's the whole point of it. We've got to stay connected, you all, okay? Even when it's tough, you got to stay connected. So stay connected. Thank you for joining me. Check back a little bit later if I will try. In the next hour, I'll decide if I'm going to upload something, if I can find something. So I know you will, Sandy. So if you see it, you'll see the live feed for some kind of relaxation or something tonight. So have a good night, everybody. Have a blessed night. Hug your loved ones if you got them. Let them know you love them. I'm going to go take care of me, and I'm going to go to bed super early because I'm really tired. Last night was not great sleep. And I'm hoping and praying tonight will be, because I need it. So have a good night, everybody. Stay connected, you all. It is so important. And we got you covered. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.